Wife of 6 years ripped my heart out. Hey everyone, I have been lurking this subreddit for a bit, and finally, with the end of almost 2-decade relationship, I am going to share my own story that happened these past few weeks. I've been with my wife since 2006, and she really was the love of my life. High school sweethearts that had its ups and downs, but ultimately I married her after what I felt was long overdue. I am 29 years old, and she just turned 30. We were both there throughout the relationship, pushing each other to better ourselves, where ultimately we moved to a whole other state for my job. We have no children other than our dog that we both love dearly, so it is going to make what happened next a bit easier. This past year I was promoted with my job, and ultimately it was great moving to a work-from-home situation. Unfortunately, this same year I could feel my wife drifting away. She would still seem to be trying to show interest in the relationship, but it felt like she wasn't really there. Little to no sexual advances, little to no affection if anything. Simply put, I could feel that she was checked out. So spring forward to a couple weeks ago with our anniversary and her birthday that took place. Something felt off, and I just had to get to bottom of it. I'm not going to say I'm Nostradamus or anything, but the day I found out, I had a dream with a voice literally telling me over and over again my wife was cheating with the AP name. It just stuck to me, and I snooped a bit and found some text that confirmed everything. When confronted, she initially denied it. Then it went to it was just one kiss. Then it went to it just one time. I made the mistake of believing her and thinking I could salvage what we had. It's been maybe 5 days, and although I was trying to move forward, I snooped again, this time on the AP information, phone/address/etc. I'm not idiot and would never do anything to my wife or the guy, but a part of me wanted to ensure he didn't have a family that should know as well. Either way, she found out I had snooped, had an anxiety attack at her work, and was picked up by the AP and taken back to his place where he comforted her. She got home, and I confronted her about messages I saw on her iPad from her friends asking about the details of this cheating incident, and she admitted to cheating again. Next step is divorce, as trying to reconcile was a mistake. I am just hurting and have very little self-esteem at the moment. Not entirely sure what my next steps should be. I'm going to head to sleep after the drama that happened today. First time posting anything on Reddit, so let me know if anything breaks the rules and I'll remove it. Update. Hey everyone, I wanted to firstly start off by thanking a lot of you, as I received a ton of support, both through the post and through messages. I truly was in a dark spot last week, so trust me, it helped. A few people had reached out, so I figured I would just update the situation here. For reference, original post is here. We have both decided divorce is definitely the way to go, and trust me, it is one of the hardest things for me to get over, even when I know it is for the best. We have started the process to get everything done, and unfortunately we still both reside at our property until we can start the process to get that sold. This has honestly been the roughest week of my marriage, with her making it even worse as the days go by. She has started talking to other guys on dating apps, along with continuing whatever she has with the AP. In my head, I can't even begin to fathom trying to look for someone currently, and even when presented a situation to take a girl out, I couldn't pull the trigger. I don't understand how moving on can be so easy for her when I am struggling. The good news is I go back to work next week, so hopefully that will distract me throughout the day. I am realizing now that normal things like going out to eat, catching a movie, or going to the store is horrible alone. I am dreading going to see a movie by myself, but have been looking forward to the movie since before the pandemic, so I'll suck it up. I have been trying to pick myself up, and at the very least put myself out there to make friends through meetups, but haven't been actively looking for one to attend as of yet. The best thing that came out of this is the rekindled friendships and family that I haven't spoken to in years, as I never really used social media, but decided to reappear on Facebook, where I was flooded by friends and family, and most don't know my situation as I haven't spoken to them about it. Now even with this, my SDBXW is getting under my skin, as she said that these friends and family abandoned me, and that she was the one that was there for me. As I stated previously, we were always there pushing each other to better ourselves, and she was there when my mother passed, and I was all types of emotions when I was 18. For some reason, this one Struck a chord as my family or friends never abandoned me, we just drifted until there was no communication, especially being states apart. Probably more my fault on the lack of communication with them. Either way, she found out I was talking to them and immediately took offense to it and went on the defensive saying I was talking trash about her. The funny thing is the ones I did console with simply got a statement along the lines, "We are getting a divorce." My wife left her diary on the table 15 years ago, when we'd been dating for 5 years and were a year away from marriage. I didn't rummage through it, but I did look closely enough to notice that my name was all on it. So I read about a page and came across the phrase "missing mark." It turned out to be her notebook from a few years ago, when we'd been dating for 3 years and she went traveling in Europe. She met a man, developed feelings for him, and wrote about how gorgeous he was and how she may do something radical, such as maybe sleep with him. I recall her writing something about knowing it was terrible, but that's just how she feels. She subsequently wrote him many times, pleading with him to let her remain with him. I was astonished and outraged. I put down the book and resolved never to question her about it again. I was almost certain that if anything had occurred, she would have informed me. So, although nothing transpired, what she wrote stung a lot. I pushed it aside, and we married a year later. Let's go back to yesterday. While the kids are at grandma's and we are relaxing, she makes a remark about her old journals, and then it hit me. I recalled everything. It stayed with me all day. I had to inform her we were going for a stroll that night. She dismissed it, but I persisted. I didn't know what was written, but I knew it was upsetting and indicated a desire to cheat. Anyway, at my request, she pulled out the notebook this morning and consented to read it to put the subject to rest. I didn't read it since I didn't want to. She stated that it was full of chatter about being drawn to this other person and wanted to meet up with him to sleep. So there I was, all alone. She acknowledged it. But we both kept in mind that this was before we were married, and our relationship wasn't perfect, though I always thought it was. Nothing happened. She just wanted to sleep with him. She desired to sleep with him, but he never responded to her email. The whole purpose was present. I then looked her in the eyes and said, "Are there any additional interactions I'm not aware of?" She paused for 30 seconds before responding, "No." So I pushed back, saying that it shouldn't have taken that long to say no. Then she burst into tears and informed me that, sure, there was something more. She traveled home for a family vacation in 2001, a year into our serious relationship, and hooked up with an old boyfriend. They kissed, stripped, and he fingered her before she claims they were stopped and nothing further occurred. I found it difficult to believe that nothing more occurred. 2 nude 22-year-olds, no. But she says that's all that happened. No oral, just a little kissing and a few fingers. Edit. After some prodding, she subsequently acknowledged to touching him as well. She was a bit more insistent when she admitted that he had given her some gentle oral. Even more troubling, she eventually acknowledged to giving each other oral. She blasted him away. F. So God d asterisk 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 ned d asterisk 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 ned d asterisk 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 ni. I've been with this lady for 20 years and have always been loyal. However, I now know that she cheated on me once in 2001 and planned to do it again in 2003. But it didn't work out. Even if that happened a long time ago, I'm still upset to hear this. Our relationship would have ended if I had known one of these things at the time. No marriage, no children. But here we are, married with children. I'm just kind of numb and absorbing the fact that the woman I love once had, and willingly attempted to have, a physical experience with another guy in the early years of our relationship.